Okay, very good that you find yourself here again. Yeah. Now at this point, I'm going to solve this question. Please like the video. Don't forget to like, please. Subscribe to our channel. Now we have this particular question. The operation asterisk is defined over the set R of real numbers by A operation B is equal to A plus B plus AB. So this is the definition. For all AB belong to R, meaning A and B, they are all real numbers. Okay. Now the first one says we should find the inverse under the operation. So you have to look for the inverse. That is one. Of a general A belong to R. Okay. And state where the inverse where the element has no inverse. Look at this scenario. Element has no inverse. It means that we have, after finding the inverse, you have to check where the element has no inverse. So because we have a situation where some element that will not have inverse. As I said, the inverse is unique. It means each number has a different inverse. Yes. 1, inverse of 1 is different from inverse of 2, is different from inverse of 5. Yes. Now, we are going to look for a situation where it doesn't have an inverse. It means where it doesn't exist. A situation where it doesn't have an inverse means it doesn't exist. Okay. Now, and we have to find the inverse of 1. So whenever we find the inverse, when we find the inverse, it means we can easily find the inverse of 1. Now let's go. Now we are looking for the inverse first. Now so when we have A operation B is equals to A plus B plus AB. You see, I can't solve for the inverse without identity elements. So first I have to look for the identity elements. So let's move fast. We have A operation. The identity element is supposed to give you A, right? But don't forget that you go and check our previous video. So A operation, the identity element is supposed to give us A. So it means A is A, the B is now what? E. Let's substitute this one. So we have A plus B, B is E, plus A, B is E. It's supposed to give us an identity element. It's supposed to give us A. At this point, what you have to solve for is solve for E. So I have E plus AE is supposed to give us A. This one will cause the equal sign, so minus A. Right? Now EE, we have to factorize E out. So E will come out. So here we'll have it 1 plus A, right? So 1 plus A, which will give us A minus A is 0. So what will be E? We divide both sides by what? 1 plus A. So 1 plus A, E will give us what? 0. So this is our identity element. We are looking for the inverse. And you know, before the inverse, we're supposed to find the identity elements. Now let's see. Let's see, A operating on its inverse supposed to give us an identity element A. So this is the inverse. I'm using A as an inverse. So let's substitute the same thing into this one. So we have A plus the B. B is the inverse. So another substitution. Plus A. A is A. The B is the inverse of A. That is A inverse. This one is supposed to give us an identity element E. Now the E is now 0. We can now solve for A inverse, right? Okay. So we have A inverse plus A inverse will give us. This one will cross the equal to sign, so minus A. I hope you are following. Okay. You see, there's this one, I'm not supposed to explain plenty. Go and watch the previous videos, yes. Now let's factorize A inverse out. So here will be 1 plus A. This equals to minus A. Now let me clean here. Divide both sides by 1 plus A. So A inverse will be equal to minus A divided by 1 plus A. So this is the inverse of A. This is the inverse of A. We are done. We are done with the inverse of A. Find the inverse and the operation. So the inverse and the operation is this one. We are done. Now the second one says that state where the element has no inverse. So as I said, if the element has no inverse, it means that the whole thing is supposed to be undefined, or it shouldn't exist, or not defined, right? Okay, so this one will not exist, or it will not have inverse if the denominator is equal to 0. So does not exist, does not exist. Or undefined. is the same as has no inverse. Does not exist. The only situation where this one will not exist is when the denominator here is 0. The denominator here is 1 plus a. The situation where this one will be undefined is when the denominator is 0. So whenever the denominator is 0, the whole thing will not have inverse. There will not be any inverse. So when you see any question like this, what you have to do is that after finding the inverse, you put the denominator to 0. So in has no inverse if denominator 1 plus a is equal to 0. So what will be a? A is equal to negative 1. A is equal to negative 1. So the moment a is negative 1, this one will not have an inverse. So negative 1 will never have an inverse. Because if you put negative 1 here, it will be 1 plus what? Negative 1, which is 0. So it will not have an inverse. It will be undefined. It will not exist. So whenever they give you a question like this, don't forget this. Now the next one says that we should find the inverse of 1. Inverse of 1 exists. It's the only negative one that will not exist. So let's find inverse of 1. Inverse of 1 means that, period we said that inverse of 1 means that where you see a, you put 1 there, then you are done. So I have a here, you put 1 there, because this is the inverse. So I have a is 1, 1 plus a, 1 plus a is 1. So the whole thing will give us what? Minus 1 out of 2, because 1 plus 1 is 2. So this is the inverse of 1. I hope it's very simple, right? You need to solve more questions. Watch the video, solve more questions, like my video, share. Let your friends also benefit. Let's pass the words together. This is Apostle 1 to 2, right? Are you me? No.